What's up everyone, it's Paul and Lafon bringing you another Overwatch League recap video. The Chengdu Hunters look to settle in comfortably to the number 2 spot out of all Chinese teams, but to do so, they first have to beat the Hangzhou Spark.
Leave and Molly have both stepped up big time in their rookie seasons and have been impressive on a roster that has, honestly, a lot of bright spots. Can the Spark bring their A game to try and ground the Hunters?
They picked the right comp map because there is no time to go back to the point, and losing fights here will put them further and further behind the 8 ball. Already Coldest getting a little bit of scrutiny as Amon rolls straight on through the environmental. Almost getting knocked off there. I think IDK somehow managing to stay alive. Coldest has gone down, but Elsa's been demegged here, so Amon needs to do a lot of work just to try and pile driver and knock people off the map here. Found that one. And again, continuing to displace Hangzhou. He needs to be dealt with, but in the meantime, Molly falls for Chengdu.
It's going to be hard for Chengdu to flip this point, though, as you still have IDK alive, you have Rhea, you have Gushui, well, he just falls, but having the Sigma alive with a Lucio, you're going to be able to extend this a little bit further. So when Chengdu starts picking up a lot of those kills, you know, there's a lot that you have potentially to counter it. As Rhea goes behind the point, he'll get a touch.
Good timing from Jinmu to go for the deflect there. Godsby thought he had the flash. This Elsa struck. Oh, yep. Elsa's going to catch Godsby. Hangzhou tried to filter out with the left side of the point, but there was nowhere to run. And Chengdu's going to try and keep Amon alive as long as possible and wait for the pincer to come through. Dragon Blade, yeah, you better believe it. Jinmu towards the point, already a desuited Diva there. Rhea fell afoul of some of that minefield, and there's no chance for Hangzhou to touch the point. Amon,
a zoning Dragon Blade.
Continuing to just lay a foundation of complete Chad behavior.
Ability to take those players out, which makes it difficult. Now we see Godsby with the rocket barrage over the top. Doesn't connect with anything either.
Godsby almost expecting Leave to push forward, I think. No one actually came into that barrage at all, but patience tends to pay off here. Godsby just sits up in the sky outside the door, and the Hunters, you know, they try and get something started with their less mobile composition. And they walk straight out, but still, nice pushback here by the Spark. Adora came in with a big EMP, and Leave is down. Elsa being desuited now, and a defensive Blizzard on the point. Doesn't really buy much time because Adora just shoots past its boundary. Godsby is down, went for the barrage here, but the Spark, they're in control now. Rhea's brought back to life, and that's a lot of health to put back on the battlefield of such a crucial fight. Eviltal can get to the point. He just tips it, sets up overtime. Amon switches to the Wrecking Ball, but he won't be there in time. No, he misses it. Debated by Amon, who steps to the side, then gets his own counter charge. Shadow from Gushui, it's nothing in particular now. The Gravitic Flux is going to make life a little bit hard for the Spy. They get brought down with a crash. Rhea and Gushui very low. Elsa just trying to fend them off here. He gets IDK, and Jinmu's going to find himself too. I don't really know how they won that fight. Where does Gushui go? He notices that Chengdu was so split. He knows there's a run on his left-hand side. Oh, you know what League was trying to do there? His intent was clearly signaled, but instead he'll settle for getting rid of Adora if he can, which he can't. Frozen up, and now the Spark have a chance to break Bandit, and there's going to be a close one. But the healing is there. Elsa's up. Jinmu wasn't expecting to get hit by the Akrisha, but he stepped too far forward through the barrier, and Adora could be a clutch Blizzard, but Eviltal is going to take him out as he comes around the corner. Now we have the reinforcements on the way through. Look at Gushui. He's coming back to the point, and he has a shatter. Lays it down, but again finds nothing. And that could have been the backbreaker. The Spark really had to find something with their Reinhardt's return to the fray, and now with a Blizzard over the point, they'll sit pretty and take map number 1. Have your own way of generating health value in terms of shields and kinetic grasp. The Hunters, though, it's slow going. Immortality Field is committed to the fight now by Hangzhou. Godsby's trying to stay alive behind Gushui's shield. He now feels more comfortable swinging, but that ends up getting Godsby picked up. And so Rhea, Gravitic Flux. Looks like he threw it out there. Catches 4 of the Hunters. That's a lot of damage into the Blizzard as well. Okay, the combo is there this time for Hangzhou. The Hunters got the snowball that they wanted. Now they actually have to get value out of these ultimates. If they do, then it should be a 1 fight. Rhea, oh dear. Stunned up by Bacon Jack on the side, and yep, Elsa crushes him again. They'll put your gunslinger and an accretion to shut down 2v1s pretty comfortably.
And now we'll see if Chengdu can make some progress towards taking the point as they get 1 capture percentage. They have Bacon Jack stuck here in the corner. It does not matter. That'll be a sound barrier that comes through from Eviltal. It actually didn't connect on the Bacon Jack, but they should be the points for Chengdu with 3 minutes and 24 in the time bank. And I'm surprised. Obviously, this is we saw the strongest lineup. I mean, this is like where, you know, obviously Hangzhou is not great so far in the series, but we're talking about a team that was very strong last year.
All right, Rhea, that was cute. Able to back away with kinetic grasp here. I like Chengdu there. Hackles are up. They went to push forward, but they give position away to Hangzhou, who almost would have gotten to the point safely had Jinmu just not ripped IDK's head off with an icicle. Bacon Jack now, I mean, not really the angle you want to be playing from. Now on the point, he's able to work Adora down. And as Parker response comes through, it was Eviltal who managed to get there, I think, Matt. That's risky. I mean, Chengdu going there knowing they could get fluxed and be prevented from touching the point. They really play with fire there. And now 18's on his own, essentially. Desperate attempts at healing from Lengsa from that side. Rooms won't keep him alive. And I understand. You gotta take the good with the bad with a team that is so, you know, by the seat of your pants as Chengdu is. Elsa,
yeah, should be a kill.
Should pick him up.
Excuse me?
That is unreal. Unholy, the Spark, though. Still looking comfortable enough here to finish this one off. I mean, I thought they would have lost Gooseway. They didn't. He turned it around, and that's not supposed to happen. That's not in the script.
He was up in the air, in a kinetic grasp, in a gravitic flux. Talk about it in a second, but...
Yeah, you get that highlight observers.
Yeah.
Him there. There'll be no mercy to bring him back, and none offered by the Spark either. All right, gravitic flux here. What's the follow-up going to be? Lengsa immediately throws down an immortality field, taken out, and Rhea. I mean, everyone's corralled into that sort of square area, and those hyperspears be bouncing. Baker Jack's in trouble. That shield's in his face, and he knows he has no impasse here with Rhea. Out on his porch in old age, just waiting for time to pass. It's not what you want to see. On to the point now, Matt.
They can just wait out the M-Matrix if they do. Now it's going to be Elsa getting close to his gravitic flux. It's the only chance they have to hold this. That medium range to get a pick off or two, you're in a good spot.
As the Lengsa and 18 have actually rotated into the train card because Lengsa got chunked early and didn't want to use his self-heal. Wanted to save it for a more opportune moment. It's a trade though. 18 is down. And Jinmu's in a compromising position. I don't even know how Gooseway ended up on the freaking moon there. Someone call the fire department and get this guy down. What?
Compromising position. That was
straight into ice block. Wanting to cool off without too much convincing. Just to remind you guys, Chengdu are defending, so our overlay is flipped incorrectly right now. Just bear that in mind. Hangzhou are trying to move this payload forward, but it's unlikely they're going to make too much more progress now that Bacon Jack has thinned their ranks. And he's got a great little vantage point to do it. Godspeed's got to be a flash, get rid of Jinmu with Brick and Ice Block, cleverly done now. It's going to be a gravitic flux. So look how low Bebe is, and Elsa made a beeline for him. Knew how low Bebe is, and Elsa made a beeline for him. Knew that he could get rid of him without the Batiste. The healing would be sorely limited. And so the Hunter, and actually would have caused him to get instantly flashed and killed. So we got a little lucky there, I want to say. Here's gravitic flux down. Got to be trying to play a safe position here. They're wrapping around. They're trying to...
What a shatter.
18! Huge shatter, but the follow-up wasn't how low Elsa was, and Lengsa has to throw down an immortality field. That's removed now. Sound barrier.
On top of the gas station.
Oh! IDK!
Into the buzzer. What a play.
He moves Elsa sort of diagonally up and makes sure that he gets a couple of extra ticks to freeze him. That's fantastic. Otherwise, Chengdu avoid getting frozen most of it.
Grass, the extra shield with the Reinhardt. Let's just barrel down there, Reinhardt.
I apologize to those that suffer from motion sickness, by the way. There's
see that often.
A lot of moving on this high ground. Nicely placed gravitic flux. The follow-up, Rhea can't really contribute to right now. He's too busy dealing with Elsa, but Adora was also there.
But you have this. You have the exact action here from Hangzhou every fight. Elsa plays off on it, just sat off in no man's land. You can get this action every time if you're Hangzhou. It's just it's kind of interesting. They're only finding it out now.
Bacon Jack, was he stunned? He stood still and took two icicles there across the map from Adora, who now throws a blizzard down at the point. Elsa, no amount of immortality field is going to save him there. Ivatal is down. He got caught by the Deadeye. Godspeed trying to work through the payload here, hoping they try and overcommit on Gushwei. He's going to be able to get a couple kills if they do. And now it's cleanup. Chengdu have very little left to work with. An IDK, it's a wishful sound barrier, not exactly required at this present juncture. But the card gets across the line regardless. 1 minute 13 in the bank.
This is a tough map to finish, so to finish it with a minute 30.
We saw some hyperspheres come in from above. Godspeed's had an excellent map so far. Already 12 final blows to his name.
He's had a phenomenal season this far.
Yeah,
there's been a lot of games where he's bailed him out.
And he was very consistent, but he played a bunch of Zarya last year, so now we actually get to see the Godspeed that was kind of promised to us. Gushwei, classically, around this part of the map, always tends to amass kills in huge numbers. The Spark have just forced the Hunters back now, when this could be the start of something that the Hunt killed for Godspeed. Bacon Jack was just walking out in the open and got knocked on his hindquarters. And now Gooseray, I mean, okay, so I don't get full, nano boost value. If they try and push me, I'm going to shatter them here, right in front of their spawn. I'm going to make them very sad.
I mean, 18 just came around the corner and saw Gooseray with a full shield standing in front of him and just dropped his shatter. Like this will be Rhea using his Revenge Flux. Bacon Jack gets stunned out of his Deadeye as everybody's tossing everything into this fight.
Yeah, and why not? At this point, Hangzhou have forced Chengdu to part with a lot of their jealously guarded ultimates, man. They get him out of it and they say, that's fine, we get another fight here. We get another fight where we, come in with, decent ultimates. Worried about getting staggered.
They sound and ran. Oh, that's really odd there from Chengdu.
Oh, Elsa. Yeah, stunned up there. Gooseray will be frozen. The Blizzard thrown out. Adora knows he can hang around a little inside the Blizzard. He is dressed in furs, in fairness. Used to Antarctica's cold temperatures. But that's one of the Hunters that you have to live with if you're a fan or if you're a purveyor of their wares on the battlefield. Rhea, okay, good coverage. He's going to quickly try and duck out of sight from the Deadeye, but Bacon Jack never had a chance to pull the trigger. Flash Evil Tile, he's down as well. Godspeed's getting thrown around here, but he's still finding these shots. Accretion comes in from across the map there. I'm surprised it didn't get telegraphed through. But Gooseray catches 18 on the charge in, and we're in overtime. And I'll be honest with you, the Hunters don't have much to work with. The prognosis is dire. Jinmu now standing on the point on his own. Not much to be done. Okay, I like a bit of the doofist here from Bacon Jack. Almost gets a clean kill on Adora by the looks of things, but Adora's able to find some space, stay alive. But he was too slow to save 18.
The wall there from Chengdu is it's like an odd angle, and it leaves an area where they can just walk through the back, and they come up and take the fight. They're probably playing around the idea that they're going to get a main wall in the choke, and the main wall just allows them to walk right in.
Well, what are you going to do then when your Batiste gets walled off from your Reinhardt? I mean, and the enemy team's running at you at a rate of knots. There was no way to keep him alive. That there was really elementary. Okay, Godspeed's able to find the finish on 18 here as his shield was not allowed to be kept up. Gooseray made sure of that, and now he rules the skies. Godby gets another shot on Lee, playing from that high ground, and oh my, this is starting to get a little bit out of hand. I know it's late night here, and this kind of content is more acceptable at these hours, but
not go their way. It's the right idea to try and get high ground, but yeah, Matrix plus the 10 hand usually the pin. That's a beautiful May wall. Elsa, they know he always comes to the flank. Nobody can get to the card here to touch.
It's 16-0 in kills right now. Chengdu neutral, Flash, Leave actually opts out of the duel, rolls down to the low ground. Godspeed dives over the top. He did have a Deadeye, but his main tank was currently held aloft, so he didn't really want to mess with that too much. Yeah, Gooseray and Anti both traded out here. This is where the McCrees really start to have an impact in the fight, and having that Zen is big. There is only one shield right now, and that's Elsa's.
When was the last time you saw this positioning on Hollywood offense, where the teams have swapped sides? This will be a sound barrier from Chengdu, which it didn't really need it. I mean, not a lot of people alive, and as soon as that sound barrier wears off, usually he's able to get a double kill, a fire strike, they wrap back around, and Hangzhou wins that. They don't even need the Blizzard Deadeye.
And they just hold it. I mean, Gooseray can just shatter them as they try and push out here. Elsa's going to have to throw down an early speculative shield to make sure he's not knocked on his hindy. Evil Tile. I mean, what do you do from this position? IDK is a nice little vantage point now, and yeah, it had to be the shadow. Lengsa had no idea what hit him. 3 minutes and 48 seconds on the clock, and that was on the high ground. That's to Elsa, of course. Station Matrix, he's able to knock out a center segment of the main wall, but it doesn't really get anything with that. That Blizzard is devastating. Leaves in deep trouble. Adora has time to stop Smell the Roses and get rid of the Immortality field before finding the kill on Leave, and Evil Tar was right behind him. The Spark are leagues ahead of the Hunters right now in just their approach to this map. Rhea goes for a flux of his own. That looks pretty good. It had to be a sound barrier for Chengdu. IDK gets his off at the same time. Immortality field of Lengsa is taken down, and Godspeed gets rid of Lengsa. That's not good for the Hunters now. They use so much in that fight. They used Blizzard. They used sound barrier. They used it all.
Yeah, they burned through everything. I mean, that's kind of what you thought. And now when we're back at this even fight with Adora, it puts them in a horrible spot, right? They've already used Speed Boost, and look at this positioning. It's horrible.
It's awful. Hunters approach this fight, Matt, with nothing but raw mechanics, skill, and 100% concentrated power of will, and they just walk straight into a May wall and then opt to step inside a closet. Yeah. And instead of going to Narnia, they go back to Spawn. They just group up, and the Spark have such strong positioning.
and that's why you see that big wall.
To stay up to date with all things Overwatch League, make sure to check out one of our other recap videos.